As we turned in the drive to Nashdale Lane, passing row upon row of vines in the rolling vineyard, we could feel ourselves decompressing a bit. It had already been a busy day. We were up really early to drive to Orange from the Hunter Valley, and we'd spent the afternoon in Millthorpe at Angullong Wines. Now we had just a bit of time to get to our accommodations for the evening and meet Nick and Tanya of Nashdale Lane. The vineyard is in the Orange region of New South Wales, Australia, which means that it's high altitude. These vineyards sit at 860 to 900 meters above sea level. Nick and Tanya were waiting for us in front of their cellar door, a renovated apple packing shed from when the property was an apple orchard. The cellar door is open and bright with an open ceiling and beams, and walls made of simple plywood or corrugated metal. A large farm table and barrels dot the interior, which has large windows with expansive views of the vineyard. Tanya and I sat by the window looking out onto the wide stretch of lawn between the tasting room and the vineyard. It's the perfect place for guests to relax and picnic, and allows a space for kids to kick a ball around. They want the experience here to be relaxed, not stuffy.
And it was an apple orchard primarily, and this beautiful space we're currently in was the original apple packing shed from the property, which we on purpose wanted to keep because it talks to the history of the property, and it's very iconically Australian in terms of the corrugated iron and the textures, and people really love it. It works really well as a tasting space. It's got a beautiful position, we're up high, we've got views all across the vineyard and then the neighbouring sort of farmlands as well, so yeah, it's a great space.
Excellent. What are you growing here?
Well, we grow, so we're estate grown, so we have 8 different varieties all in the vineyard, and that's what all these different wines here behind me are. So we have Pinot Gris, Riesling, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Shiraz, Pinot Noir, Tempranillo, and a small amount of Arnais as well.
Wow.
Biodiversity is important here. Nick's family in the UK have an organic farming background, so the philosophy of sustainable agriculture is second nature to him. When they purchased the property, they found deficits in soil nutrition. They planted cover crops, clover, vetch, fava beans, and oats, and noticed improvement within a year. They have sheep to keep down the weeds and are looking to move to organic accreditation in the next year or two. We moved to discuss the wines, a pastel rainbow of labels lined up on the window ledge. Their wines are broken down into 3 ranges: the social range, the colors series, and the legacy range.
That because these are our ranges, this is blend, so easy drinking, versatile, not particularly complicated, but beautiful wines that tend to be crowd pleasers. You know, the rosé we put in there because at the moment it's just, you know, everyone wants a rosé. It's a beautiful wine, but it's easy, you know, and you can match it with food so easy, you don't have to think too hard. And then we get to sort of our classic varietals. Easy to understand, obviously, because they're just straight varietals. So your Pinot Gris, Riesling, our Sauvignon Blanc, which we do as a Fumé Blanc style, which has been really popular, the Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Shiraz, so very classic. And then we just have our reserve range. So we started this in 2018 because it's a fantastic vintage. Our yield was way down, but the quality of the yield was fantastic. So we went, this is above and beyond, so we created, and we call it legacy. So, and it's only when the vintage dictates the quality is that really high quality. So we have the Tempranillo in that, Tempranillo here, so, and our Pinot Noir in that legacy. We are adding a rosé actually, which is very interesting. We've got an oaked rosé, so we've taken some time. Yeah, so it's tasting amazing. So it's really pushing the boundaries. So it's great quality, and also I think handcrafted, handmade, and pushing, I guess, and that's why we've created the rosé in that range. And we're also adding a rouge, so another red blend, which will be in the social, a Pinot Noir Shiraz Tempranillo blend.
Gotcha.
So I see it as a very, very sort of fancy peach wine.
Yeah. There you go.
So, and a lot of people are quite excited about that. And the blends range have done really well.
Yeah.
So I think people really like it, particularly when you're hand selling and they taste it now. Wow, that's not like anything I know, but I really love it, you know, so that's the benefit of the cellar door space, I guess. But it's selling really well in restaurants in Sydney as well. So yeah, and I think the packaging is
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it stands out and it's fresh and it seems to be hitting a mark with that too, which is really great.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I want to hear more about the oak rosé. Are you doing that like in a saignée method, or is it, you know, a first press kind of thing? How are you sending your rosé out that way?
So and then this one is a saignée, actually, and the legacy.
It was saignée to start, and then it was left on skins longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was only on skins for like 4 hours, that rosé.
Right.
But this stayed on skins a bit longer to get a deeper colour and deeper flavour.
Right.
And then moved it into 3-year-old French oak. So giving a little bit. We moved it in a few different barrels as well. So we're kind of constantly playing at the moment.
How
far right we push it.
Right.
I'd like it to be one of those ones that may polarise people a little.
Yeah.
So that someone who loves their wines will like this rosé. It's got a lot of depth and everything.
Yeah.
So we're working on whether we bring it out this side of Christmas or early in the new year. So
Gotcha.
it's quite an exciting wine though.
Yeah.
We're all really enjoying making that one. It's a really fun process because it's just so different. And at every tasting we've had, it's been really exciting and different. And it is pushing it, but it's in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
We were not just there to chat with Nick and Tanya, we were also staying for the night in their in-vine accommodations, thanks to Orange 360. Tanya says they wanted the accommodations to be small and exclusive. This was meant to be a benefit of the wine club membership. In their travels, they had done a bit of glamping in South Africa and Italy and loved it. They were determined to do it right and imported their glamping tents from Holland. Tanya says it's sort of the Mercedes-Benz of the glamping world. They also wanted to have something that felt at home in the vineyard. A traditional building would not do that. This way, they could tread lightly and be sustainable. They have 2 glamping cabins and are not likely to increase this. More than that would change the experience. They directed us to the glamping cabin. The canvas tent is mounted on a raised wooden platform, which has a full front porch overlooking the vineyards behind the cellar door. The porch has a lower level seating area to lounge in, as well as a table and a chair that I found perfect for morning coffee. There's a grill on the deck for easy cooking, and there is a large herb bed next to the cabin for sourcing fresh herbs for your meals. Unzip and open the flap to step inside, where the large room is divided into a seating area, a kitchen and dining area, and then the 4-poster bed tucked in the back. A wood stove separates the spaces to keep the whole cabin toasty. There's a bath with a shower and running water, which is surprisingly glamorous for tent life. The 4-poster bed has a canopy of netting and heated mattress pads to adjust for each side of the bed. They include a bookshelf stocked with books and games to help you unplug. The sign at the cellar door was lit up against the night sky. We did start a fire to enjoy the ambiance with a glass of their Riesling, and then curled up for our all-too-short stay. Morning found us up early to catch a bit of the gorgeous view before heading out for the day. There are comfy slippers and a French press coffee maker, so slippers on my feet and coffee in hand, I headed to the porch to watch the vineyard wake up. We loved our stay, but really, I wish we had been able to just go, unplug, and nest. A book on the deck, a glass of wine in hand, with that view, is the perfect way to decompress.